Hey, what are you doing? I'm dancing, can't you see? Yeah, I know, but why are you dancing? It's for the grades, bro. Are you sick? Look at this. I was scolded by my mother last night. I failed in most of my subjects. Really? That's sad. Why? How about your grades? I only failed in English. I just got bored reading my notes with long text and I could not even understand them. Oh my! That was also my problem when I reviewed my notes. It's because I only copied all the information given by my teacher in her discussion. Yeah, same here. Especially those in PowerPoint presentation.
Meanwhile,
Good day, grade 8 learners! I'm happy to see you again. It's still me, your radio teacher, Sir Glenn Asabal from Tinago National High School. We will have a fun and exciting discussion in this video lesson. So find your comfortable place to listen, get your ball pen and notebook, prepare your mind, and get your activity sheet in English. I just got bored reading my notes. Hey, excuse me! I'm having my video lesson here. You're too noisy there. I'm sorry, Sir Glenn. We're just trying to solve our problem. What problem? You're in the right place. Watch and listen to my video lesson because I believe it will help you to solve your problem. Going back to our video lesson, let us first have a short activity. Unscramble the letters in each word to form the words which are related in our topic. Are you ready? Now, let us check your answer. Please type the words in the comment section of this video lesson. Wow! I see that most of you got all the words correctly. Very nice! Do you know what these words are? Yes, you are correct. It is called visual verbal illustration. Visual verbal illustration helps you summarize long text like article and stories by just getting the most essential words or phrases. That way, you can understand more the text. Before we continue with our discussion, I want you to know the objectives of our lesson. At the end of this video lesson, you are expected to, number 1, analyze visual verbal illustration through tables, graphs, infographics, and information maps. Number 2, interpret information presented in a text. And number 3, construct visual verbal illustration using the information taken from interviews, survey, and data gathering. Have you heard the Chinese proverb, a picture paints 1,000 words? What do you mean by this proverb? You are right. A picture can tell you or it can tell us stories or give us information. Do you still remember when you did a flowchart in your science class to show the process of scientific method? How about doing a bar or line graph in your math class to show the illustrations or data and numbers? In your AP class, did your teacher ask you to find a specific place using map? Let us get the keywords here: maps, graphs, and charts. These are just some of the examples of visual verbal illustrations. There are many ways to present information and to convey ideas creatively. The use of data, graphical representation, and informational maps are some of the most commonly used graphics to compare and to show the relationship between figures and the text used. Why do you think it is important to learn how to use these visual verbal illustrations? You are right again! Using visual verbal illustrations is a common way of presenting information in a simple and attractive manner to catch the interest of the readers. Remember that a text, especially in an expository form, can be long enough to be read and understood in a short period of time. Aside from expository text, information presented in class through reporting using Manila paper or PowerPoint presentation can be summarized using visual verbal illustration. Now, let us know what are the common visual verbal illustrations. Do you know what illustrations are these? Correct! These are examples of graphs. What do you mean by graph? Yes, a graph is a pictorial diagram that shows the illustrations of information or values presented in an organized manner. Two basic kinds of graphs include line graph and bar graph. Based on your observation, why do you think it is called line and bar graph? Yes, that's right. Line graph is used to show information that changes over time. It can be plotted using several points connected by straight lines, while bar graph uses bars of different height. Look at these examples. Both line and bar graph show the COVID-19 cases progression here in the Philippines. How about the next example? What does it show? Yes, you are right. The chart shows the number of enrollees in grade 8 of Tinaco National High School, and it is categorized to male and female. What do you call this visual verbal illustration? Correct! That is a table. A table is an illustration with text enclosed within overlapping boxes and usually in rows and columns. In the table, what sections has the highest and lowest enrollment? Yes, according to the table, Cáceres has the highest enrollment while Isarog has the lowest. As you observe, data in the table can be easily compared. Let us move on to the next illustration. What do you think is this? Yes, this is a map. Map is also an example of visual verbal illustration. This diagram shows the relative position of the parts of something, usually location. This is an example of Philippine map. Speaking of map, there is a diagram that helps you to organize ideas of expository text or other long text by just getting the keywords. Do you know what is that diagram? Very good! A concept map. It is a diagram that displays an information and illustrations of concepts and ideas through lines and shapes. Concept map is a very useful tool for students because it helps you chunk information based on meaningful connections. In other words, knowing the big pictures makes details more significant and easier to remember. Let's take a look at this example. Reading this kind of expository text might take you a lot of time, but if you chunk the information by just getting the keywords, we can make a meaningful concept map that summarizes this text. What do you think are the keywords here? So after getting the keywords, we can come up with this concept map. Other examples of visual verbal illustrations are charts. Can you give me examples of chart? Yes, flowchart and pie chart are examples of charts. Pie chart uses pie slices to show relative sizes in data. In this example, data shows the new COVID cases last August 26, 2021. Use different colors and legends for representation when you do a pie chart. Flowchart demonstrates a step-by-step process. Like concept map, you can also use shapes to make a flowchart. These two graphical representations are examples of flowchart. The last visual verbal illustration that I am going to discuss is this. It is an infographic. It is a graphical illustration that combines visual images and text. In the infographic shown, it presents information on how to protect yourself against COVID-19. That's great! I believe that you are ready for the following activity. So for your first activity, you have to match column A and column B by determining what visual verbal illustration is being described. Write your answer in your activity sheet. For your second activity, study the following visual verbal illustration and answer the following questions. Which place of access receives the highest average percentage? In the graphic illustration, how many percent of the whole Philippine population is offline? What kind of visual verbal illustration is shown? What is the visual verbal illustration shown? How many processes baking of cake have? Which of these processes give you a batter as an output? Now that you know the different visual verbal illustration and how they are used, can you name them again? Write your answer in the comment section. Wow! That's really good! I'm so happy that you've learned a lot today. But before we proceed with our evaluation, I want you to answer this question. What is the importance of these visual verbal illustrations? Very good, grade 8 learners. For your evaluation, your class will be grouped into 5. Each group has a specific task to do. Please read carefully the tasks assigned to your group and submit them next Friday. Consider this rubric in doing your activity. That's all for our video lesson. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in our next video lesson. Don't forget to like the video. Bye-bye!
A few moments later.
I've learned a lot from the discussion of Sir Glenn. Sim! Now I know how to take notes with organization. I just need to use some visual verbal illustration. You know, just stop dancing and let's just play Mobile Legends. Oh, speaking of Mobile Legends, I was invited by Camille last night to play with her. She was a very good Angela user. Hey, I used to play with her too.
First blood.
But she said she doesn't want to play with you.
Double kill.
Because you were defeated many times in ranked games.
Triple kill.
What? Did she really tell you that? Yes. In fact, she invited me to play with her again today. So
Maniac.
I'm going.
Savage.
But wait!
Emotional damage.
Goodbye, ML. I will just study my lesson.